So something I want to just touch on this right fast as I've been watching different clips of your son playing. And I have to say, part of what I find interesting, it's kind of unfair for the rest of the kids, but it feels like your son is actually playing high school basketball as opposed to high school kids playing some form of professional basketball.
Yeah. He's a great kid, learned, studied. He understands that money is not the goal, when you're trying to get to the next level and you're trying to be the best. It's about, just the craft itself. So, it's treat each level like it's its level, right? This is high school basketball and you have to move like a high school kid. When you get to college, move like a college kid. When you get to the pros, move like a pro. Now,
you think he would move that way if his daddy didn't have that big house? And I mean that sincerely, because it's an interesting position to be in for like the kids of former pros are playing a different game when it comes to this money that they could easily get other ways.
That's hard to say because, we have it, right? And, right now, a lot of kids are moving like, it's a money grab. And I always told them, when we first started, and this NIL came and I said, that's just another bump in the road for, players, right? But if your goal is to be an NBA player, then you can't look at the side hustles. Don't treat your game like a side hustle, right? You have a goal, it's the NBA. Every time you stop here, pick a NIL bag up or pick a collective bag and start doing this, you ain't moving forward. So every situation we've been in, every decision we made has been talent-based, not money-based.
Yeah, my thought had always been, and it's a whole different game now, so you can't use this, but like, take it 15 years ago, the first time somebody changes schools just to play basketball is like the day they actually turn pro. Like when you pack yourself and go to the middle of nowhere in Virginia to go play basketball, those are the kids that were always trying to get out of college as soon as possible because it had already become like an actual pro game to them.
Yeah, no, you're trying to put yourself in a situation where you're going to maximize your talent, right? So, teaming up, at a big UCLA school, right? Some of those one and done kids are like, nah, just go somewhere where I'm the man. I'm going to have some TV games and, I got 6 months here and then I'm out.
But for you, with your son, right, wasn't being the man part of why you got him in school where he is, like to deal with a zillion people swarming the ball and all of that?
Yeah, I actually did the research on, super teaming in high school. What were those players at? There was enough research for me to research it. So I looked at the Sierra Canyon kids, Mount Vernon kids, right? And I realized when you're teaming up in that developmental stage, you're not going to be very aggressive. When you get to the pros, you're going to be like a great role player, because you're so used to just being docile and deferring to other players that you're creating, I call it 5-star role players. And I started looking back at the Zions, the Jaws, and look at where they came from, and all the real Lions coming from schools where they're the guys, right? During that developmental age where it's really about your development versus trying to win a bunch of team awards that you average 6 on this championship team. You're not getting recruited. You're going to be at a Division II, you're going to be at a JUCO or low-level Division I school. So this is the age where you're supposed to be selfish and try to figure out what your game is.
Yeah, my hot take has been the reason that this country don't seem to produce mega stars like it used to. Like all the biggest stars as players now seem to be cats from Europe. And it is, as AAU influence got to everything else, and you got all these dudes on the same squad, how do you learn to be that dude? Like with Zion, it was interesting because he was playing against all them little bitty white boys over there in South Carolina. But then he got to Duke and he was like, oh, I like the taste of blood. He can't stay healthy. He got all his problems, but he liked being a dominant player. And I feel like you can't become that guy unless you get that taste of it early.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. You're not going to be averaging 10 and then go into the league and average 35. Like you're just not built for it if you've never done it. Like, the kids that's complaining, the parents pass the ball, that goes through your mental 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade. So when you do team up and it's time to take over the game, you already have it instilled in you, right? It's like building a super warrior, right? You're just putting on this selfish pad, this scoring pad, you're just putting on all this. And when you team up, you know what to drop to help the team out. But if you've never, ever been selfish, when it's time for you to be selfish, you got a heart.
And your boy putting up shots. I done watched them clips. He putting up shots.
I be screaming, come on, just pass the ball just a little bit. I got to hear these. Yeah, I got to be hearing the parents in the back just 1 or 2 times. Just speed it up with just a little bit, right? And but he can pass the ball, but it's really half of star players. He's going to public school, and it's the kids from the area. So most of them won't play basketball after high school. If so, it'll be a junior college type of deal. So he's managing, right? He's starting to understand that you still got to feed those players, keep them in the game so they can do their job.
You think it's different, though, once you go to college? And I hadn't planned to talk about this much, but it got interesting to me. Because, I think about that team that you played for at Arizona, and y'all were loaded. Like, that starting five is as good a starting five as we have seen. And that is the opposite approach as to what we're talking about for high school.
No, but my high school was the same, right? I had to do everything. I'm power forward on defense, right? Point guard on offense, got to break the press, got to rebound, got to defend. Once I got to college, I knew what I didn't need anymore. Okay, they just need me to run the court, slash, play off the ball. Cool, I can do that. But if I never had done it, I would have clashed with Jason Gardner, right? I'm the point guard, you the point, you know what I mean? But because I had all these other tools, it was easy for me to, adapt to Arizona and become a starter because I already had all the abilities from when I played in high school.
I got you.